Hey YouTube, it's Ashley MPG, and today we're going to see how far we can get with what we've got. And today we've got a pretty big update on the channel regarding many things. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First item on our agenda today is this new setup that's being built. So it's not near completion yet, but I do hope you like it. Please leave me feedback below what you would like to see changed. I'm still working on angles and stuff. Huge shout outs to my husband Adam for rigging this up for me. And I'll go ahead and just say the biggest announcement that I have is I quit my corporate job, a corporate six-figure job. And there's many reasons for that, and we can go into that later. But the coolest thing ever for me right now is sitting at this desk with no dual monitors, mouse, keyboard gone. The stress is away. I do have a family and I do have like a chronic health condition. I'm not here for like sympathy or excuses or anything like that, but we worked really hard for like a decade to build a life where I was able to do this. And so it did not come easy at all. There were many sacrifices and playing the long game on a lot of things, but I'm able to do that. And so this video is really refreshing for me because it's the first video I've done since I was a teenager in college that I didn't have that many worries, if you know what I mean. I do have a family now, so there's not as much like college freedom, but freedom from worrying and stressing about a corporate job that is, you know, mid to high level and a lot of expectations. It's really hard to leave the profession that I was in. And there's going to be a lot of financial changes that are made, but I think everything is going to go as it should because it feels right, and I have not regretted 1 second of it. So thank you for indulging me in that. My desk doesn't have 2 monitors. We've got an iPad here. Speaking of this iPad, this channel is based on tech. I hope you can see, I hope I've got everything right, but I hope you can see the iPhone 3G and 3GS. My first channel on YouTube focused on getting the iPhone 3G, 3GS, and moving forward every other iPhone since then. And I had a pretty good following back then as a teenager. It was the very early days of case reviews, unboxings. There was a community that was so cool, and I stepped away from it as I grew up. And I regretted that. And so I built Ashley MPG kind of from the ground up. I'm still building it right now. I do have another channel that I run as well. And so I won't promote that here though, because I really just want people who are into that topic there and people who are into tech and now kind of trading card games. We're gonna see kind of where we land. But if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that you should go with your gut and what you want. I've done YouTube before where I've accepted every offer from a sponsor, not monetary sponsors. It was mostly just, do you want this case? Do you want this piece of tech? And it was overwhelming and things that didn't bring me joy that I had to talk about on a camera. So that's not what we're doing anymore. If you're still here after that long introduction, we're gonna blaze through the rest of the agenda. And so I hope you'll stick around. And speaking of focusing on tech, I almost sold this iPad Pro. It's the M4 iPad Pro 13-inch. It's absolutely amazing. I sold the Magic Keyboard thinking I was gonna also sell the iPad, and then I just couldn't do it. But the dilemma is I have a MacBook Pro. These are first world problems for sure, but I have a MacBook Pro, and you know, you open your MacBook, you can get the angle right. It's just a little bit easier to like watch YouTube, especially when you're like in bed and you're not like sitting upright using the iPad all proper. Even the Magic Keyboard is a little unstable in those situations, and so I always just navigate towards the MacBook, and I haven't given this thing a fair shot. So I had it all boxed up, I had it ready to go, and I just couldn't do it. So I set it up as a new iPad, and I'm using it for show notes today, and I think eventually I'll use it for like a second camera. Nintendo Switch 2, let me grab that. This is the Nintendo Switch 2. I have a video up on the channel about getting this on launch day and what that experience was like. It has a dead battery right now, but I do have a review coming on that. And to be quite honest, I'm not jumping after every game. Now, if you watch that launch day video, I got like 4 games, I believe, and that's kind of where it stayed. I really wanted to focus on Mario Kart World, and so that's what I did in the first days of owning the Switch. Now, I did still have that corporate job, and then I went on a vacation. And so I haven't had a ton of time to play, but what I can tell you is if you ever jump into a launch day, it's so much fun because basically what I did was I followed the guys who stayed in New York at the Nintendo store for like, I think one dude stayed a month. Chicken Dog, so shout out to Chicken Dog. And I found him by way of another YouTuber. I'll drop the name in either this video or the description down below. His name is Max. I just don't remember his channel name, but that's how I found Chicken Dog. So shout out to both of them. But basically, when you follow these Nintendo YouTubers and you do a launch and you have a game like Mario Kart World come out, they'll literally create rooms for you to race them in. So I took a couple of screenshots of me racing around with Chicken Dog. It's just a really cool way to connect. I think Beat 'em Ups is the name of the other Nintendo channel, and he also did that where his subscribers could join him in the races. It's a really fun game and I can't wait to review it. I've also been playing Hogwarts because I played it on the Switch 1, and so I got that upgrade pack for, I think it was priced at $9.99 if you already had the game for the upgraded version. So I went ahead and did that, and I have a review on that as well. I wanted to stick to those two. I haven't even unwrapped the boxes on the other Nintendo games yet because I want to give you a really comprehensive review. So please stick around, that's coming up. I have more free time now. And I kind of just have these wheels out here because if you watch that launch video, you know that I think the only way you can truly race in Mario Kart is with these little wheels. It makes it so much fun. So yeah, that's my Nintendo update, but there will be a Nintendo video. So we've kind of talked about the iPad Pro and the Nintendo Switch 2, and that's kind of the techie side of me. Again, I'm just gonna kind of see how this channel goes, but right now I'm going with my heart in many ways, and quitting the job and doing this channel and setting up things the way I like. It's not necessarily for subs or views, it's for me. But I hope that by being myself, that maybe other people can connect with me and relate to me, and we can move forward that way. So moving forward, I have been doing Lorcana videos. So how did I get into Lorcana trading card game? Well, my son was into Pokemon and he dipped out for a little bit. He's 8 years old right now, and he, was sort of interested, and then he dipped out, and I was like, oh man, it was so much fun collecting those cards with him, and now he doesn't like it. So, oh well, I guess we won't be, ripping packs anymore or anything like that. So randomly, the algorithm starts feeding me content about the Pokemon craze. And I had no idea that it blew up during the pandemic. And I had no idea that it blew up again recently. And I was like, I don't want to get into that mess. What I wanted to get into was something that I could deal with while I waited for the Switch 2 to come out. That's all I was waiting for. So I was like, you know what? I'm not fighting anybody in a line. I'm not overpaying for cards. I want to get into something where I don't have to do that.
Okay. Here. Oh, sorry. Go. Go.
So that's how I found Lorcana. I love Disney, and I know most of the characters, although these cards have me saying all kinds of names that I've never heard of before, so I need to, brush up on my Disney movies. But I dove into Lorcana, and I kind of made fun of the people fighting over the cards in Target while I just strolled by and picked up my Lorcana. And what that turned into was a really heavy investment into Lorcana. So we have, these two things on the shelf right now, but I can tell you there's so much that we have ripped off camera, and I've learned so much more about the game even since my last video. I think that last video taught me a good lesson. It's pretty funny to me the way that I got a hit and then there was a disaster with the hit, so to speak. So if you want to check that video out, please do. But, so I'm into Lorcana, right? The algorithm is still feeding me Pokemon and Pokemon and Pokemon. And so instead of watching videos on YouTube about Lorcana, because I don't want to sway my content, I just want to talk how I talk and not be swayed by what other people are saying, I just watch Pokemon videos. I watch live streams of the big YouTubers like Deep Pocket Monster. Of course, I watch Coop, Randall Pokemon. So I'll also watch Rattle, but I've also dipped into the Whatnot streamers, and I may or may not have bid on some things on there. And so that's a very slippery slope. But I have a bulk of Pokemon that I got because I liked, but also to either invest or sell if I don't like it. There's another thing to that is when I got that Pokemon stuff again, my son started getting into it himself. So he created his own channel, which I'm not going to promote here, but he's created his own channel where he likes to unbox stuff. He saw this setup last night. He's super excited to get into it. Let me show you a couple of my favorite Pokemon acquisitions. Okay, so shout out to the Hubs. He saw me like diving into this venture and he got me something to organize all the stuff before it got too chaotic. My Lorcanas and binders, but the Pokemon stuff. So you have ways to feature cards. I've chosen to feature Ponyta because Rapidash is my favorite Pokemon. And that card, Ponyta, I believe evolves into Rapidash or vice versa. I'm still learning. However, I thought that card was fire, and so I put it on the front there. But these are sort of some of my acquisitions. Now, I've gotten a lot of these through YouTube giveaways. I've been able to spend some time kind of trying to do that. I've also purchased some cards from eBay, and I've also bid on some cards or just directly bought from Rip and Ship. And so let me know your thoughts on those below because I know it can be kind of controversial. I have this pack, and if you want to help me out here, I don't really currently have a way to look up, but I think I won this pack on YouTube or on whatnot, and it's a Japanese pack. So I haven't opened it, I've kept it sealed. And then I also have the Scarlet and Violet Twilight Masquerade pack here unopened. So pick that up. I got this one on eBay. It's the EV Japanese promo card. I absolutely love this card. And so right now what I'm grabbing is stuff that I like, not necessarily stuff that I think is going to be profitable in the future or an investment. This card, Japanese Pikachu card, it's got Mewtwo in the back. Picked this up on eBay as well. Super nice and super clean. Now, we see the Rapidash box in the background here. I have another unopened one. This is my open one. This is the Rapidash collection box. And Rapidash, this is by far my favorite card, my favorite character. Rapidash is 5'7", and I am 5'7", and I'm Ashley, and Rapid Ash, like, I like it. Here she is in all of her glory. Shout out again to the hubby for picking up that pack for me. He knew that my favorite Pokemon was Rapidash, and so he got me that. He got me 2 boxes of it just because he was like, I didn't even know it existed. I didn't either. Cool pickup. I'll probably keep the other one sealed or flip it or something like that. But really cool card. I've never heard anyone say their fave was Rapidash, so maybe don't sleep on Rapidash because I think she's pretty cool. Moving along. Okay, so big shout out to another channel I watch. And I watch all these channels on my other account that I make other videos for, but let me think of the name of this content creator. His name is Alex, and I'm gonna have to write the name of the channel, and this is crazy because I literally watch every day that I can of his videos. I've made many purchases from him. It's kind of like an investment channel, but I'll put the name up. I can't think of it right now. Basically, he does Rip and Ships, and so I believe I got the Typhlosion V from a Rip and Ship, and it was my only hit, and so he was so nice and added in this Lucario V-Star card. Very nice. I do hope you'll check out the channel if you're not already familiar because it is really fun to watch those Rip and Ships. Pick this up off eBay. It is the Surfing Pikachu VMAX card. Super nice. I think these are gonna go up. They might seem a dime a dozen right now, but this thing is super cool. When I'm on Whatnot, I see people kind of, going a little crazy for this. The charts are going up a little bit, so who knows what it'll do in a lot of years, but I got it because I like it. I like anything beach themed and sunny and happy, and this is awesome. And then we also, along those same lines, I got this one on eBay as well. We have this Surfing Pikachu V, and this is from Celebrations. It has the 25th anniversary stamp on it. And the other Pikachu VMAX did as well. But pick this one up on eBay. Again, happy, sunny, surfy, beachy. Love it. And then as you can see, this is the result of Rip and Ship bulk that you can receive. And so I've kind of looked through it. I've given some of it to my son, the cards he thought were cool. Yeah, this is all the bulk from the Rip and Ships that I've done. See, we have a Hatterene here, kind of with a hollow. These are kind of the ones that I think are okay. So we have a Greedent V, a Crobat V, the Whimsicott. I really do like this card actually. Great Tusk EX. A lot of these are from giveaways. I have this Japanese card. If you can see it on screen and you know the name of this Pokemon, please let me know so I can add it to my collection online. And then I just have some loose cards here. So that's my Pokemon stuff. And I can't remember if I showed the Zapdos V. I think that's the one I pulled. And then I was given a free card as kind of a consolation prize for buying so much bulk. So eventually, this will kind of be my Pokemon lane. I don't plan on having a ton of it, but we all know how that goes. And then we can kind of sort the rest of the Lorcana into this section here. So with Lorcana, I wanted to give you an update on 2 sets that I'm completing. We'll first go into Ursula. So Ursula's Return. It's a pretty full binder. To be honest, I think I have about 22 cards, 22 to 25 cards left. If you see something like this, it means that I do have it. I keep it boxed and I want to keep it a little bit safer, and so it's in a top loader. So that's what that means. It doesn't mean that I'm missing it, but these blank spaces definitely do. So we're almost there. We've gotten a lot of cool cards, and I priced it out, and what I'm lacking if I just get the regular version of each card that I'm missing is about 45 to 50 bucks. And so I'm considering selling some of my bulk to do that. I have it listed on eBay currently, so I'll go ahead and show you cards that I have to kind of fund that collection. And those cards actually come from Reign of Jafar. So let me show you what I have in terms of, I've got 4 already in the binder, and these are all the extras. All right, so I have the Trove box here, and kind of how I have it set up is these are my common bulk cards, and these are my mid to upper valued cards that I've pulled that are extra. The best one by far is Bambi Legendary. So I have that one listed. I have Donald Duck Coin Collector, super rare. Bruno Madrigal, Singing Seer, super rare. Lumiere Fired Up, super rare. I have that ×2. I have Flower, rare. The Sultan, Monstro, the Sword of Shan Yu, Nathaniel Flint, these are all rares. Prince John, Rare Stitch, Belle's Favorite Book. I'm just going fast here. But Nani, Bolts, Antonio Madrigal, It Means No Worries in a Cold Foil rare, Aladdin, Honey Lemon, Fred, Wreck-It Ralph rare, Tiana again rare, Pouncing Practice, Abu uncommon, and Madam Mim uncommon. So those are listed on eBay as well as Facebook Marketplace. If you have a specific need for any of those, I can try to figure out how we can trade or something like that so that we can both complete our sets. I'll throw up what I need for Ursula's Return, and if you need anything from Reign of Jafar in terms of these. And then these are my hits that I don't have duplicates for, that are pretty nice cards to me that I'm keeping. So we have the Queen of Hearts in a super rare. We have Wrong Lever in a rare. We have Go-Go Tamago in a super rare. We have the Colonel in a rare. Into the Unknown in a super rare. Minnie Mouse, Defender in a rare. Hades in a super rare. Vinny in a rare. Tinkerbell in a legendary. Tramp in a super rare. Radigan in a legendary. Stitch in a legendary. Raya in a legendary. Most Everyone's Mad Here in a rare. Gadget Hack Wrench in a rare. Basil, rare. Maui, super rare. Cusco, rare. Fantastical and Magical, rare. Ludwig von Drake in a rare. Clawhauser in a rare. Jasmine in a super rare. And Desperate Plan in a rare. Oh, and I'm forgetting Lady in a rare. So those are all of the ones that I do not have duplicates for. Made a little spot for them in the binder. So that's what I'm kind of trying to work out with my Ursula collection, is kind of selling some of the bulk from Reign of Jafar. And so speaking of Reign of Jafar, this is my current collection. Again, the cards indicate that I have the card, but I have them in a top loader somewhere else. And I will put 4 in each slot, and when that's full, I'll consider it bulk. So that's kind of what we're doing here. So I'm missing about, I would say, 20 to 30 cards from the set. I haven't priced out what those are yet, but I'll do that next. I know we have a new set coming out soon, so I'm kind of gonna go this route. But yeah, a lot of nice cards, a lot of foils. I've had a lot of fun opening, but now I'm at the point to like, is opening another booster box worth it or not? A lot of Lorcana stuff going on. I do want to know what you would consider a master set or a complete collection. I know everyone defines it differently, so maybe I don't want to know. Maybe I already know that the answer varies. For me, it's having 4 cards in each slot and then one of every card. And if I don't happen to have a foil of that set, I still consider it complete. Well, hey, that's what we've got today. To all my OGs, there will be more tech on the channel. I know we've been card heavy lately. I'm just kind of going with what I like for now. So I hope that you can kind of relate to that not everyone is a one-trick pony. I know that what I'm doing right now is kind of like a gas station that also has a buffet, and that it's better for a channel to stick to one thing. So I know I'll be guided in the right direction as I explore my interests, but I appreciate you for sticking around to seeing kind of where I land with things. I hope that my next video is more content on the Switch 2. I need to charge this girl up and play some more and have those reviews out for you. And I plan to do that. So with that being said, I've told you everything that has been going on since the last video. A lot. Leaving the job has really given me some freedom, and I'm still learning to navigate that. And so far it's been a blast, but it's been a learning experience as well. So I hope you're all doing well. Please leave a comment below. Let me know if what I'm doing is okay with you. And the most major thing though is this setup. Huge shout out to Adam. I love this setup here. I feel very comfortable and I feel very uncorporate now. I just feel like myself again. And so I'm so grateful for all the years of work that I put in, and I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to give this a shot and stay home and take care of my family. So with that being said, I hope you guys are well. I'm gonna try to get outside now and touch some grass, as they say, and I'll see you guys in the next video.